Just how tough was defending AD tonight?
Yeah, AD was amazing. You know, a lot of the shots that he took, we were actually okay with. I didn't love him getting to the line 12 times, but you know, he made a ton of mid-range fadeaway shots, and those are we can't do much about those. So he had a great night, and they played really well.
What do you think was the difference in the second half?
Well, we gotta make shots. I know it's pretty trite to say that, but you know, we got 46 threes up, 17 more than they did. We know we have to be a three-point shooting team to win. We don't really get to the line a whole lot or get a lot of easy buckets. So, you know, I thought we played a great first half. I thought we got really good shots, and there was a good flow to the game. But second half, we had some turnovers, some costly turnovers, and just couldn't get anything going offensively.
How much does it feel like maybe right now your rotation's kind of shifting a little bit towards some of those guys that are playing well off your bench?
Yeah, I mean, you can see the impact that Quinten makes. You know, both Gui and Moses have played really well. Brandin looks really sharp, you know, since coming back. So all those guys are performing at a high level, and, you know, we'll see where the rotation goes.
You said before the game that the adjustment to post probably will happen this game. Did you see much difference?
A little bit. They switched a couple times, but otherwise they kept, for the most part, they kept their bigs on him, and so he was able to free up and get some good looks.
Yeah, obviously it's going to be a learning process with him, and you played him basically to close. How do you think he's adjusting, like, you know, maybe in a game where he's not hitting 5 3-pointers?
He's doing great. His communication defensively, he's talking behind the play. He seems to be in the right spot all the time. He really knows what he's doing out there. So it's exciting to see Quinten, you know, get his opportunity and play so well.
Back to Brandin for a second. Where have you most felt his impact the last couple games?
I just think, you know, Brandin feels the game really well. You know, the game connects when he's out there. He makes a lot of really good cuts. Our offense seems to have a little more force to it, and you know, he's just a good player, and he looks really fresh and strong. He worked really hard during his rehab, and you know, the absence, he hated it, but he got a lot of good work in, and he looks like he's ready to really break out.
Steph went for 17. I think he didn't hit a shot in the second half. What do you think kind of led to his?
It's just, it happens occasionally, you know, even to the best shooter on earth. It's just, this is part of the game. So he had a tough night, but, you know, he'll bounce back.
You've been starting Gary, obviously, the last few games, kind of essentially at forward, power forward almost. Yeah. What sort of a unique situation? He's going against LeBron at times tonight, but he's obviously a unique player. Why does that work, and how much can that work? I realize you've sort of controlled his minutes.
Yeah, we like him starting to set a tone defensively against, you know, other great players. So especially with Dennis now out of the starting lineup, I like Dennis. I like Gary in there. For tonight, it was, you know, so he could match up with Reaves, and Reaves is such a good player and so important to them. So we wanted to have Gary on him to start and set a good tone, and then. Gary's also great with Steph. Traditionally, you know, for the last few years, his best minutes are with Steph, so we like to pair them together.
Steve, Dennis had 10 points in the first half, kind of really found his rhythm. How can you guys maybe find his flow, find his rhythm for the entire 4 quarters, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, every game's different. Every half's different. I love Dennis. I think he's playing really well for us. You know, he's doing things that we need, you know, the on-ball pressure, playing the non-Steph minutes. He and Brandin form a good combination during those minutes. And I think Dennis is doing fine. He's just it's never easy coming to a team mid-season. But I think he's finding his way, and you know, we're settling into this new rotation where he's coming off the bench, but he's going to play important minutes for us.
It seemed like the Lakers did really well at generating corner threes, like open corner looks. Mm-hmm. How much of that was by design defensively, like pinching in on drives versus breakdowns?
I think most of it is, LeBron James. I mean, to be honest with you, that's the kind of pressure he puts on you. And when you have Anthony Davis as a lob threat, you have to pull in defensively. And they run good stuff. JJ does a really good job and putting them in good position. And, if you don't pull in and help, then it's going to be a dunk. And so you've got to do it, but you got to do it with the physicality, and then you've got to get back out to shooters. And I do think there were some breakdowns tonight. Thank you.
Gary, what do you think went wrong in the second half tonight?
We just didn't make a miss. They had got a lot of good looks at threes. Just didn't make a miss.
What kind of pressure do LeBron and AD put on the paint and just your defense in general?
How many rebounds how many paint points did they have? 56. How many came from LeBron and AD? Probably a lot. So they're pretty good down there in the paint and pretty good attacking and finding seams and, just creating havoc down there. So that's what they do.
What have you seen from Brandin last couple games since he's been back?
Oh, yeah, he's just, trying to find his rhythm, be Brandin. Just coming back from how many games he missed? 12. So, continue to find his rhythm. He's been looking like Brandin, still finding his rhythm and getting back to, his normal self. And so I think he had a pretty good game today. So we just continue to, knock off the rust and get back to what he does best.
How would you describe the vibe of this team in the locker room now? Like, when you're in the middle, it feels like it probably go either way.
Yeah, we got the same vibe, we know we got to win games and figure this out. It's like a roller coaster right now, just win one, lose one. We're pretty much in a lot of good games besides the bad ones we had, but we just got to learn how to push leads out in the third and continue just to do what got us there in the second half and, just close games. Oh, you guys are great.
A 10-point loss to the Lakers tonight. What did you guys feel was the issue of why you didn't win this game tonight?
First of all, I just thought, they made a lot of tough shots, especially AD. I don't know, we just needed to be a little sharper, execute offensively. And I just thought it was tough for us to get stops, and that really cost us the game.
Personally, how much fun are you having getting out there and showing what you can do?
The last few days have been a roller coaster, like all of a sudden I'm out here in crunch time versus the Lakers. And I'm enjoying it every minute, but I'm pretty sick right now that we didn't close that one out.
Obviously, I just saw you had a nice interaction with Pau Gasol. What was that like? What can you tell the viewers about that meeting with Pau?
I don't know. He's a nice guy, man. I told him I've watched all his film from a young age, like all those Euro bigs. I've always been a fan of him, and to see him in person, pretty cool.